Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Took me 4 hours to go through the book and get some notes. Okay. Seems about right, yeah. Put a one if you read the book, put a two if you did not. Okay, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, I see some twos. Not ideal. I know for beginners, it's a very good book. It is literally gonna bring you guys up to speed for exactly what you would need to understand for this week. Now, I remember at one point I wanted to recreate that book and just kind of throw my own like name on it and be like, okay, this is the Alex G Trading Bible. But I don't want to take credit away from somebody that already did it. And truthfully, I feel like it would be a bit disingenuous and a bit unauthentic if I were to do that. So I just send people to the book directly. Things that I did not create and that I did not put together, I don't want to take credit for it. So there's going to be a couple of things that I'm going to send you guys to that I could have done it myself, but I feel like there's nothing as good as somebody doing it originally. It's like if somebody were to learn off of me and then they go out there and try and spin the wheel around and try and educate people on how to use the seven-figure strategy and not credit where it came from. And yes, on the last couple of pages, it says set and forget. I know. So, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You know what's crazy? That we're already on fucking week number two. Isn't that crazy how fast time goes by? Like it felt like yesterday, like I was reviewing applications. And now look at us. We're literally here already on week number two. So all I can say is get ready because now things are going to start getting very fast. Very, very fast. What is it? All right, cool. Amazing. If you guys are ready for today, put a one. If not, put a two. I'm ready to start. I'm ready to go. I like getting just right into it. I don't like wasting time. All right. All right. You guys are ready. Got it. Understood. We'll do this. Okay. Cool. Now, let me just turn off the chat 1 second, guys. Thank you very much. So now I really don't want to talk about this right now, but I feel like it'd be a bit incorrect to not talk about it right now. I feel like it would be not addressing what is going on with crypto at this very moment and pretending like if I'm not going to do something about it. And it is a bit ahead of what we were to have planned originally for today's class, but I just want to talk about it for 2 minutes. So I'm sure you guys have all seen the rally on Dogecoin. We've all seen the rally on Bitcoin. We've seen the rally a bit on Ethereum and XRP and Solana. Now, I understand that there is many other coins out there. I am not educated on them. I don't know. I don't know anything about any of these, to be honest. But I know more than your average guy. For me, the cryptos or the Bitcoins or whatever that I'm interested in putting my money in is going to be XRP and Dogecoin. I can't believe I'm saying this. It fucking hurts me to say it, but I'm looking to invest into Dogecoin. I cannot believe those words have just come out of my mouth. If Alex would have known that I would have said that 2 years ago, I would have hit myself right now. I would have hit myself harder. But it's just simple fundamentals on this. It's just the news. This is really just you got to just put two and two together to really understand that this value is just gonna be worth more than what it is now. Dogecoin is backed by Mr. Elon Musk, and Elon Musk is boys with Trump, and Trump and Elon are going crazy all day on Twitter talking shit, and Trump won. Now that Trump won, and he's all about better the economy and people making money or whatever, I would not be surprised a tweet comes out one day. Dogecoin is a great investment. Boom, done. There you go. 100 crypto millionaires to the fucking moon. I personally don't believe in the use of Dogecoin, but the fact that it's backed by such big people, like I don't see myself, or I don't see Elon Musk or Trump or any of these other guys saying Dogecoin is shit. Like I really don't see that. I only see them continue to support it because if they supported it while it was bad, now that it's getting good, why would they not? So I personally am a believer that it can continue going in the upside. And I have a friend that literally turned $1,000 into what is it? $400,000. Well, a friend of a friend. And it's real. Like I logged into the account, I saw it. He turned $1,000 into $400,000 leverage trading crypto. Now that is the most degenerate thing that you can ever do. Like it's better if you go play the lotto, honestly. That's a very volatile thing. And obviously I turned 100 into the mill, but like very slowly, like 100 to 500, 500 to 1,000, 1,000 to 3,000, 3,000 to 5. That shit alone just took me a month. This guy in 12 hours took 1,000 to $400,000. And I want to leave a message that yes, that is a possibility, but that's not a reality. Like that is a one-off event, and I just happen to know the guy that knows the guy that did it. And he basically just bought here at 14 cents, and he just kept buying, 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 buying. And it worked in his favor. But that's not going to happen every single time. Now, my personal bias on crypto, just so I can, before I get asked 100 times, and you guys are going to see this as we continue to go through the boot camp. Everything that goes up must have a retracement to continue to go up. Everything that goes down must have a retracement to continue to go down. Now, why is that, or how does that work? We are going to get into that. But to keep it simple, everything that goes up needs to have a retracement to continue to go up. So I am going to be looking to invest into Bitcoin once we get into this area. I'm not going to trade it. I'm not going to day trade it. I'm just going to buy it, put some money into it here, and there'll be no stop loss. There'll be no take profit. It's just I'm going to invest into Dogecoin at this very point right here. So this is going to be my next crypto investment, as crazy as it might sound for me to say that. And Bitcoin, obviously, you don't ever want to buy something at the highest point it's ever been, especially when there's nothing to the left to look at. And again, this is going to make sense and later throughout the bootcamp. And XRP, I am just, I used to trade this when it was over here. So I believe I know this. And I think has a greater opportunity in terms of return. So if it goes from here just to this high alone, it's 214%. Now, if that takes a year, that's better investment than whatever shit I have going on. There's nothing that I invest into right now that in 1 year I get $200,000. Now, Dogecoin, if we were to go from here to this high, we would do 150% return. Now, if we were to do it from this point right here, we would do about 240%. So an extra 100% by just remaining patient on a little retracement. Ethereum, I don't have any like I don't know much about it. I know it's another Bitcoin essentially, more or less, in terms of like the use of it. So what I see is just return from here to the highest point, it's only 50%. So it's not worth the risk. For me, the minimum, it has to be around 100%. So again, I did get a little bit ahead of myself, but I know I'm going to get asked a lot about this. I'm not super educated on crypto. I don't know as much as I wish I would know. But what I do know is how to read technicals. And technicals respect in any chart, even crypto. So I'm just taking my technical strategy and applying it to crypto. And trust me, I've used it in the past and it works. So this is what it's telling me to do. It's telling me to wait for retracement to then buy. And here, it's waiting for the break and retest, which you've heard of this before. So this is just very, very, very simple, kind of over the top analysis. We are going to get into this, later on, more in depth throughout the bootcamp. Just wanted to drop that analysis. If that makes sense, type 1. If it doesn't, type 2. Sick. Cool. Amazing. All right. Chilling. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now that we understand what we're going to be doing with crypto, now let's understand how these platforms work. How does Trading View work? How does Forex Factory work? How does a position calculator work? How does LQH market work? How does MetaTrader work? And how this works, and how a prop firm works along with a VPN. So it's going to be a very simple call. It's going to be very direct. It's going to be very somewhat beginner because it's just running you on how this platform works. So for the people that are intermediate and you know what everything is, now you got to be ready to understand how things work. So once again, I'm going to explain to you guys how it works. And the things that I don't know, I'm just going to literally say, I don't know. I'm not going to explain something to you that I don't know. And if I don't know, that means that you're never going to use it because I don't use it up to this point to get the results that I have right now. So Trading View, let's start off with this left column over here. So this left column is going to be the tools that Trading View is going to bring to you right away. So you're going to have this little clicker, which is basically this little mouse that you see how it's a cross. You can change that to a dot, and then you have, I guess, a dot on Trading View. You want to use it as a dot. You can also have an arrow if you want to show an arrow and there's no crosshair. Or there is a eraser if you want to erase something. I've never used the dot, I've never used the arrow, and I've never used the eraser. I only use the cross. For me, I like it. It lets me measure things. So let's say right here, yes, like this thing is right here in the middle. But you see the dotted lines that go to the left and the dotted lines that go to the right. I'm looking at how the market reacts to that point. So it's almost like I'm floating around with a line on a chart without ever placing it on the chart. And I feel like it looks cool. So anything else here, I don't use and I have never used. Everything that I've used, you guys are going to see with a little star, and you guys should go immediately to your Trading View and add a little star. Next, under this column is going to be the line section, the channel section, and the pitchfork section. First one is a trend line, which is very basic. It's literally just a trend line. You can just click it, and then you can click the other end anywhere else you want on the chart. Once you click it, that's basically how the trend line is created. Now, trend line is going to be one of the lines that we will be using, so make sure to put a star on it. Array and info and extended line and a trend angle. I have no fucking idea what any of these things are, and they will have absolutely no use. I don't know what it is. I've never used it. I don't even know. Like, I don't even know what this is. Next is going to be the horizontal line and the horizontal ray. You want to make sure that you add a star next to these because we will be using this. Horizontal line is just that. It's just a horizontal line. And the other horizontal ray is the same thing, a line, but it caps. So you want to put a line from here this way, or you want to put a line from here this way. The difference in between one and the other is that this one just goes further. This one just stops to wherever you want it to stop. So very simple, very straightforward. Once you start adding a star to every single one of these things, so when you add a star here, when you add a star here and a star here, they will be popping up and down on your favorite toolbar. So we kind of skip all this really fast and we go down here and we click on this star. You see how it says show favorite drawing tools bar. That's exactly what this is. This is all the tools that we have favorited. If you notice, look at the trend line right here. look at the horizontal ray, and look at the horizontal line. The moment that I take off a star from here, the trend line leaves. So we want to make sure that we put that back on there because it is a very useful tool and we will be using it together. Everything, and then whenever you want to see all of your favorites, you just click the star or unclick it, and then you can have the tool or not have the tool. You're going to always want to have the tool because it's going to be very useful for you. We're going to use it very often. Everything down here, vertical line, cross line, parallel channel, regression trend, flat top bottom, this joint channel, pitchfork. Like, what the hell is this? Like, what is this, dude? Like, what are we, farmers right now? You're gonna use a pitchfork in trading? It looks like a rainbow. Look at this, daily rainbow. No, this makes no sense. It has absolutely no use. Neither does the pitchfork, neither does the shift pitchfork. Inside pitchfork. Oh, wow. Different type of rainbow or what? I don't even understand how any of these things work. I've never used them. I don't know what they are. Nothing that has a star I have ever used or understand what the hell it is. So to minimize distraction whenever you want to use a trend line and you having to come into here and be distracted by all these different ones, you just simply put a star on it and it'll pop up in your own custom toolbar, and you never ever have to go back into all these sections and get distracted. So up to right now, to this very moment, we have only added 3: the horizontal line, the horizontal ray, and the trend line. If all of this makes sense, type 1. If it doesn't, type 2. How did you get the toolbar on the chart? You have to put the little star to the bottom left corner. Are you going to show us on how to create a TradingView account? I mean, yeah, I could take it a step back if you guys aren't already on TradingView. If you're on TradingView, type 1. If you're not, type 2. Okay, cool. Literally 99% of the people are on TradingView already. If you're not on TradingView, I'll do this for those 10 people. It's very fast, right? Let me just do it 1 second. Apologize. I want to step ahead of myself. Do you recommend we buy a plan? I mean, dude, it's like $10, I think. I have no idea. Okay, so just for those of you guys that have not created an account, let's start right here on TradingView. So you have to create a TradingView account. It is where you're going to be spending 99% of your time. It's just looking at the charts. You can literally come onto here and then you click sign in or create an account. So I'm just going to create an account. Will take me under 2 minutes. I think I already have one. Let me see. Okay, don't. Okay, so you're just gonna basically come to this area here and you're gonna sign in using your email, or you can sign in using Facebook, Twitter, Yahoo, or Apple, or even LinkedIn. So we're gonna sign in using one of our Google accounts. I am going to make sure that I hide these this Google account simply because I don't want to get spammed. This is just some random email that I have on my computer. So now I have used so now I have logged in using a Google account, and this is basically what pops up. So I'm in a brand new Google account. Well, brand new to a certain extent because I don't have all of the symbols because I guess I've used this one before as an example. So once you logged in, this is where you're going to just click on any of the charts you have here. You're probably going to have some crypto. You're probably going to have some Forex, some stocks, some indices. Just click on whichever one. Doesn't even matter. And after you click on it, you're going to click on See on Super Charts. So when you click on See Super Charts, it's going to open up a whole other tab. And then you're going to be looking at the markets like this. So now we had our trend line, we had our horizontal line, and we had our horizontal ray. So our favorites toolbar is down here. Sometimes it gets a little lost and it gets a little hard to see it. So you want to make sure that you have this all the way up here, right? So if you guys are with me so far, type 1. If not, type 2. Okay, sick. Let's continue. So now moving on, we're going to go down to this next section where you're going to have the Fibonacci, you're going to have trend-based fib extension. We are going to have fib channel. I don't know any of these things. I have used only the Fibonacci, and the Fibonacci is not something that I use anymore, and it is something that you will not need to make money in the markets. I stopped using the Fibonacci about 4 years ago, 5 years ago. It does not work as I would expect, and it is literally not what you're going to need to succeed in the markets. And should we do this now, or should we be watching? If you can't do them both at the same time, you could go back and watch the recording. I recommend you just watch and then you come back on the recording and then you do it yourself. Cool. So we understand that we will not use a Fibonacci or trend. Dude, like look at all this shit, bro. Like, what the hell is this? How is this gonna make me money? It's not. It's gonna confuse you. It has nothing to do with what the market does. So nothing here is going to be used. We will then move on to the next section, which is going to be the patterns section. Not the XAB, the cipher. We are only going to favorite the head and shoulders pattern. So make sure to put a little star on that so it pops up here on your tool chart. Next, we have the ABC pattern, triangle. We will not be using anything else in here. I don't know what any of this is. I have no idea how it works, and never in my life have I used it or know somebody that makes money using this. There's a lot of distraction in here, and you do not need to focus on it. We only will focus on the head and shoulders pattern. Do you guys understand the patterns type 1? If not, type 2. Perfect. Next is going to be the forecasting and the measuring tools. The only two tools that you are going to need is going to be the long position and the short position. Long position is when you're going to enter a buy, and a short position is when you're going to enter a sell. These are going to be the only two positions on the measuring tools that you will ever be using. You will not be needing any other projection tool. Next, we have the brush. You can add the brush if you're to want to, just so you can draw on your chart, and you could just like mark up certain points and circle them. It's just for you to make notes on your chart. It's a brush. And you will also be needing a rectangle. This is going to be very key. This is what you're going to be using to draw your areas of interest and your key levels. And following to that, you're going to have your path. This is going to be very useful. We notice I use this very frequently because I'm constantly redrawing structure, and I'm always recreating market structure just to show examples and so on. But you're going to definitely be needing this as well. And along with the eclipse. So the eclipse is just a circle. So if you don't want to draw your circle with a brush, you can go to your eclipse and you can click it once, click it twice, however you want to do it. And then when you go the other way, you create the circle. And then you can just click it, you can modify it, you can make it smaller, you can adjust it to whatever structure point you want to adjust it to. So it does the same thing as the brush, just looks a little bit cleaner. So again, I added every potential tool that can actually be useful from every single of these area. So from this section, we only have the brush, the rectangle, the path, and the ellipse. These are just things more to just draw. Next, from the text and notes, you will only and exclusively be needing the text section. So you just text, you can literally write whatever you want on the chart. It's for you to leave your own notes onto the chart, and you can write it towards a piece of structure or just things that you really want. Something that I would add for the beginners, especially, is going to be a call out. So a call out is actually very key for beginners, because let's say there's something right here in specific that you want to come back and revisit, and you want to make sure that you did it correctly or incorrectly. You click on that specific area, and then you can write here whatever you want to write. So you're specifically calling out that piece of the market, or you want to change it to this one, or you want to change it to this one, or to this one, to this one. You can literally put it wherever, and you can move your call out wherever you else would like. Aside from that call out in this emoji section, we're not fucking texting here. You're not gonna send anything to your friend. So we're not gonna use any emojis. I've never used them. I think they're new, but I have no idea how it works. We have the measuring tool, which you cannot add to your toolbar, but it's going to be very key to measure the market. So the way it works is you measure up for the amount of pips or percentage, and you measure down for the amount of pips or percentage. And then you measure sideways for the time. So if you notice right now, this is 32 bars, which means that it is 7 days and 8 hours. So if you see that once again, once I open up a box, you see how now it's 9 bars, 1 day and 16 hours, 11 bars, 1 day and 20 hours. Every single bar is 4 hours. Now you don't have to do that math yourself. This bar does it for you. You don't have to count the bars, because this tool does it for you. So right now we're obviously on the 4-hour time frame, and it's doing the math for you. Whenever you want to measure how big a move is, you just go from this starting point to the ending point, and it'll tell you this move went up about 79 pips, and it took 3 bars, which in total was 12 hours. So this is literally a measuring tool for you to measure how big a move is and how long a move was. That's really it, all that this tool is used for. You can't really do anything else with it. Aside from that, we have this plus tool. You can, I guess, zoom in or zoom out. I've never used it, and I don't plan to ever use it. Next, we have a weak magnet and a strong magnet. I don't know what this is, and I don't plan to use it. We have this lock, which I don't know what it is, and I don't plan to use it. We have a lock, which I don't know what it is, and I don't plan to use it. And then we have an eye. So the eye, I actually do like it a lot, because let's say, for example, that we are looking at the market, and you have a bunch of drawings, and you get shit all over the place, and you wrote down a lot of notes on your market, and you got a lot, like, you have a bunch of stuff in front of your chart, and you just want to look at it a bit more clear. You can just go here, click on the eye, and it'll hide all the drawings that you did. You don't have to go and delete them and then put them back on the chart and have a struggle with it. So what I like to do is, every once in a while, you'll see me do this, just so I can look at the market without anything distracting the market. This is actually very useful, and I just use this one a lot. Sometimes there's just too much going on in the chart, and I just want to only look at the market and none of the tools, and this helps me get a better clear of what I'm looking at. And then lastly, if you want to delete everything, you just click trash, you remove all drawings. If for whatever reason you messed up, you go up here and you click this back button. It's kind of like the documents on Word. You mess up, just click back, everything comes back. Or if you want to temporarily delete it, you just click the eye and things will disappear. So that is pretty much everything from this left bar section, and it is very self-explanatory. You don't ever have to go back into this section ever because you already have all your favorite tools here. And now that your favorite tools are here, the only thing you really need to come back is to measure things by time or by pips. And if you want to take off drawings or put them back on. I don't really ever go back into any of this section. I'm 90% of the time on this toolbar right here and using this button and this button. Everything else in there that I do not have in here, I don't use, I don't plan to use, and you don't need it to make money. If all that makes sense, type 1. If it doesn't, type 2. Okay, perfect. Easy, self-explanatory. The magnetic is useful. I haven't used it. I don't care to use it. I've gotten this far without using it. I don't plan to use it. There's another tool called measure date. I don't care. I don't use it. I never use it. I haven't needed to use it to get to this point. I don't plan to use it. As you guys get complicated, you guys just start finding other things. Dude, I'm telling you right now, you don't have to do that. It's not needed. You only need to focus on what they tell you. It's what they use, and you don't need to do nothing else. Really, it's really that easy. All right, I don't use it. All right, shut it. So now that we understand that, we started from the top, so let's stay at the top because we're always on top. So we will have now, you see, so when you don't pay for the subscription, you're gonna get these ads all the time. So when you upgrade, you don't get the ads. So if you don't like ads, use the subscription. So let's start, or let's continue with this top section over here. So if I were to click on this little icon right here, it would basically prop up my profile, my email, and stuff like that, which I don't recommend. I mean, I'm not going to do it because I don't want to show the email, but you guys can just click on it and it's just basic profile stuff like settings, password reset, profile, stuff that I never go into there and I ever use. Moving on to the section after that, we have the market that we are currently looking at. So you have GBP CAD. And if you want to look for more markets, you can just basically look for it. Let's say you want to look for the euro versus the dollar. You just click Euro USD. Once you click on it, it's going to pop up. So this is where you could search up a new symbol. Very easy, very self-explanatory. No other use to it, really. Next is this plus sign. I don't know what it is. I don't plan to ever use it. I don't care what it is. I've never used it. I don't care. We move on. Next, we have our time frames that we are going to be looking at. Jeremy, please stop spamming. Jeremy Martins, come on. You guys don't have to plan to mark to spam. Thank you guys. All right, so next to that is going to be the time frames. So time frames is going to be where you're going to actually look at the market. Right now we are on the 4-hour time frame, but then we can switch to the daily, and then we can go to the weekly, and then we can go to the 1 hour, and we can then go to the 30 minutes. The only time frames you're going to be needing is the weekly, the daily, the 4-hour, the 2 hour, the 1 hour, the 30 minute, and the 15 minutes. You don't need any other time frame that you need to favorite inside of the trading time stamps. Literally 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour, 1 hour, or 1 day, 1 week. If you take off the star, it takes it off from up here. If you put the star, it puts it back. What this tool does, it eliminates you in order for you to go back, in order for you to not have to go into here every single time. The Trading Bible uses the 21 EMA. Who gives a fuck? I don't use it. Somebody else, it doesn't matter. All right, let me actually just turn off the chat because some people are just distracted. All right. So aside from that, these are all the time frames you're going to be using. You go into this section to constantly look and flick through different time frames, and how we're going to use this with top-down analysis and our entry signals and all that going to be very, very soon. Next, we have the candles section. This candle section is where you're going to be able to see candlestick charts, bar charts. You're going to be able to see line charts. You're going to be able to see area charts. Renko. Or I guess. Oh, not gonna lie, this looks pretty cool, dude. This looks like a game almost. This looks pretty cool. I should try and trade this. Well, whatever. The point is, I don't know how to use any of these. Like, what the fuck? So it went from circles to X's. Now, this looks like a game right now. What the hell? What the hell? Okay, this is kind of trippy. This literally looks like a casino game. So you only need the candlesticks and you will only need the line chart. Anything else in here, I have no idea how to use clearly. And I don't plan to learn how to use it, and I don't care to learn how to use it. So when you add the candles and you add the line chart, it just adds it next to the indicator section. So whenever you want to flick through the line chart or the bar chart, you don't have to go back in there and get distracted by all those different types of ways to read the market. You only focus on what matters. Next to that is going to be the actual indicator section. So here you can search up 1,000 different indicators we mentioned previously, and you can literally go ahead and do whatever. You can add the volume data. You can do all this stuff that is literally going to only make trading harder for you. You do not need anything else in there other than the EMA. So let's add the EMA together. This is the EMA that I use and that I have been using since the beginning. And I put continue. I plan to continue to use it and not modify anything with it. Why do I use this indicator? And why don't I change it to, instead of a 50 to then a 25? Simply because I don't have to. If something works, you're not gonna fix it. If it's making you money, you're not gonna stop it making you money. So to make it even simpler for you guys, you can just click on this. So you can just search up EMA, and then you can search up this one, the community. It's going to pop up EMA 20, 50, 100, 200. So just put a star on it. When you put a star on it, it'll save, or you can just click on it. And when you click on it, it'll automatically pop on you right in this section over here. So you can hide it or you can bring it back. So you can go back into this EMA section now, and you're going to click these three little dots. This I is so you hide it. This is so you can adjust it, the color, and what time frames you want to use it on. I don't modify this at all. I leave this like this. In the style, I don't modify this at all. I leave this like this. I don't even know what the fuck this is. Source code. Oh, I guess this is how it was coded. I don't know. You can delete it. This is what this trash can is for, but we're not going to delete it because we haven't finished setting it up. And then you go on more. Once you click on more, you can see all the other different things you can do with it. I don't know how to use anything in here. I've never used anything in here. It's funny, bro, because this shit has so much stuff, and I don't use 90% of this stuff in here. So what you want to do is you want to click on the actual EMA, and where is it? Is it here? Okay. Yes. Take it off. Okay. Let's use a different one. Let's go to indicators, EMA, um, moving average. Okay. So this one, because I just thought I already had the preset of the 50. Like, this just shows you guys how much I care about this and how much I use it, which is not at all. So when you click on EMA, you want to then click on the moving average exponential, which I think it used to be exponential moving average. I think they just flipped the word around. So once you click it, it'll pop up over here in this area. I just double clicked it. So another one popped up. Same thing, the I, so you hide it. This is so you can go in and look at the inputs. This is so you can see the source code, and here's the source. You can move it. So whatever. Go to settings. Once you go to settings, you go to inputs, and then inputs, you make the length 50. I want to make sure I'm doing this right. The source close, the offset 0. The type is I almost have to go to my own trading view to make sure I'm doing this shit right, bro. Let me just do this. Switch accounts. Oh my God, dude, now I logged into this other account. Hold on, guys. I gotta go back. Give me a second. Okay. Hang on a minute. Okay. So this is how I have it, apparently. So I have length 44, source close. I'm just gonna take a screenshot. Okay, so we're gonna go here. And we're gonna go back to this. All right, cool. Indicators. EMA. Okay, so now that we have our EMA back here, let me get our little screenshot and we can see it right here. So the indicator, you click on it, you go to settings, and we're just going to copy this 44, source close, offset 0, method SMA. Why are they different? This just shows you guys how much I know how to use this shit, dude. Smoothing. Okay, maybe I'm doing a wrong indicator. SMA, I guess. It's an exponential moving average. This is the one that we were using. SMA. Okay, let's see this one. Okay, let's trash this one. Let's settings this one. Offset sort close stop. Nope, it's not this one. 1 second, guys. Let me see. Which one did I fucking use? It's an EMA. Exponential. Yeah, I know it's this one. Let me see. It shows you guys I know. It shows you guys how much I know how to set this shit up. Indicators. Settings. Style. Close. Length. 50. I had 50 and 50, yeah. But whatever. Let's just put 50 and 50. Close 0. Why? Oh, I think I know why. Okay. So when we go here, we have to change it to SMA. Yep. But it's still weird because what the hell is this? Like, why is that even there? 0? Like this doesn't even exist on this other one. BBSTD. The fuck is an STD on this shit? We're gonna figure this out right now. I'm using the wrong one. EMA. It's the same thing. Close 0, offset 0, method. So this is type and method. So method and type. It's an update. The other one is updated. Hold on. Let me figure this out. Give me a second. I know I used. This is the one that I used. You go into here. Let's trash this one. Let's go to settings. Okay, so what we have to do is just give me a second, guys. EMA, exponential wave indicator. It's definitely not this one. Yeah, I know the orange one equals the 50, but I don't want to have to do that. Like I want to like literally go into the settings and like put it the same. Okay, EMA, same thing. Yeah, if anything, we can come back to the EMA. Don't want to waste too much time on it. I'll figure it out. It's fucking easy to do it. Click on the thing. Yeah, we'll come back and we'll figure out how to set it up just like this. Because I set this up a very long time ago. All right, cool. So let's continue. So EMA shows you guys how fucking quick you get lost in this shit, and I don't know how to do anything else. I'll get it done. All right. Next, we have maybe it has something to do since I'm not on the paid one or something. I don't know. Maybe I could be completely wrong, but you guys saw what the other one is. So let's continue to this section here, indicators and templates. Oh, I guess I can save one and a template and then send it here or something. I don't know. This I don't use, I don't plan to use. Alerts. This is going to be very key, but this is not how I use it. So the way how an alert works is, okay, you want price to notify you once it's above or under a certain area. And that way you can either look at the market to know you got stopped out, or look that you got a take profit, or look that you will be interested in entering the market. But I don't use this area of the alerts ever. So I've never used it this way. I'm going to show you guys how I use it in just a second. Next, we have the bar replay. So the bar replay is if you want to basically go back into the market. We can't go under the daily time frame, I believe, in the free section. So you have to basically click this bar replay. And say you want to go back test, you can go here. You're to click the start button. And once you click the start button, basically the market starts replaying the market faster or slower. So you can back test and see how the trade would have played out how you would have wanted to. So this is not something that we're going to use. It's not something that I ever use. It's something that I don't recommend to even touch because you don't ever want to back test. You only want to live test forward. And then next is the undo. It's basically you can undo whatever you just did. You know, you can draw a bunch of stuff and then you delete it and you get rid of things and you want to get it back. Just undo it, you bring things right back. So I don't want to take everything off, you just go like that. It's very simple, very self-explanatory. Next is going to be same thing here. So this tells you basically the market that you're in. So you have GBP CAD, GBP CAD, tells you the time frame you're on, and then the server you're on, along with what type of flag do you have it on over here. Do you have it under the red list? Do you have it under whatever color list you do? And whatever this little dot means. Oh, I guess it's more options that you can do on TradingView. I don't even know what anything in here is. I've never even used it. So then there's all these numbers that are moving every single time you move the crosshair up and down. As you can see, they're going crazy 24/7. I don't use those numbers. I don't know how to use it. I just think they look cool. They make me look smart as they're going up and down, moving whenever I go left to right. So this is going to be the currency pair. This is going to be the time frame that you're on right now. And then this is the server. So what does the server mean? The server means that it is going to be the actual way a broker is showing their market. For example, ON the server is how the markets are on the ON the broker. So there is 100 different types of servers. So if I were to search up, let's say GBP CAD once again, well, I already had it there. You have the ON, the server, the FXCM server, the Capital.com server, the Forex.com server, Pepperstone, blah, 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 blah. Like you have all these different types of servers that represent the same exact market. So if you notice, let's look at it on the 15 minute. Like right now, there is actively a doji And then before that, there was a bullish candlestick. So we can literally go to the FXCM server, a doji, a bullish engulfing candlestick. We can go to the Capital Com server, doji, bullish engulfing. We can go to forex.com, doji, bullish engulfing. If you notice, there's a very slight change in every single one of these servers because they all get different price feed. They all get different market price. And the difference is very minimal. The only main difference is some of these servers have bigger gaps than others. Now, what is a gap? How does the gap work? We will be getting to that later into the bootcamp. But the point that I like to make with this very easily is I don't like to have the gaps in the chart. It just confuses me. I don't understand why they happen. Well, I know why they happen. Basically, it just the market closes and the market reopens, and that's just what it does. But I don't like to see that. So on some servers like Oanda, there's no gap. So if you notice in this very section right here, there was a gap in that other server, which is IC Markets. Humongous gap. When you go to the Oanda server, there is no gap. So you want to add all your currency pairs when I teach you how to add them very soon on the Oanda server. This is the server that I have been using for the last 4 years. Before I was using FXCM, but I didn't like it because there was a lot of inaccuracy in the market. If you notice, this has a ginormous wick right here. And if you look at it on the Oanda server, that wick is non-existent. So you could either not know that you're getting stopped out on a trade or that you potentially are getting stopped out on a trade based off of the server. And if the server is giving you inaccurate markets, you're just going to throw your whole entire trading off. Like you have a ginormous server, an enormous wick right here, and pretty decent sized wicks right here. When you go back to the Oanda, these wicks are the same, but there's no ginormous wick here. So it's little things like that that just throw off your trading and make things more complicated than they should be. So I only focus on the closest representation if I can of what I'm going to be having in LQH markets. So when I trade on LQH markets, the charts or the what's it called? The markets that they have are very close to the Oanda markets, if not practically the same. So I always like to analyze my markets, and I have been and will continue to be on the Oanda server. If everything up to right now makes sense, type 1. If it doesn't, type 2. Sick. Okay, so I guess somebody helped me out with the whole EMA thing. So I figured out the EMA issue. Essentially, I have the same settings as you have on your main TradingView account, but there's an update. So me and you have the old one, but if you update, the new setting will come up. Okay, yeah, I'll figure it out. I'll thank you for that. I'll get to the bottom of it. I use Oanda and I still have gaps. Don't you worry. We were gonna get to there in just a second. I just explained what a server is. Alex, your EMA was right. You changed it to 44. Oh, okay, so I'll put it back to 50. I figured it was 52. But yeah, it shows you guys how much I care about the EMA. When will be creating a broker account? Well, brother, if you give me time to just go through fucking TradingView, we'll get there in a second. All right, cool. All right, cool. Next, we have a sell button right here, and we have a buy button right here. So you can buy this market or you can sell this market. I personally don't know how to use this. I have never traded on TradingView. I have never done it. I only trade on MetaTrader. So I I've never used these two buttons. If you notice, I click sell, it says log into your account and start trading. I don't use this. I've never used it. The idea of it seems cool, but I'm good. Next, we have our indicators. So if you notice, we have this very ugly volume chart at the bottom of the screen. We don't want to have that. We take it off. We hide it. Look how much cleaner and more direct the market looks by just simply removing that. There's just more that you can focus on this. There's less distraction. So I wouldn't hide it if I was you. I would remove it, delete it, get out of it. You don't ever need it. So delete the volume section and get it out of the way. Moving on to, let's just go to the actual chart right now, that since we're right next to it. You want to see your candles exactly how I see mine. If you want to see the markets and understand them how I do, you have to see the markets how I see them. If you have these red and green candlesticks with these red and green wicks, and your background is, where is it here? If your background is, where is it? If your background has you have a watermark and you have lines on your chart or whatever, let me see, where is it? It's, and let's say your background is black. You're not going to see the market how I see it because you're not seeing the market how I see it. If you want to understand the patterns and you want to actually be able to replicate the set and forget strategy and have the same type of market analysis and execution as I do, you have to see the market exactly how I see it. Now, by doing that is by copying my colors. So if you were to click on the candlesticks, you just double click them. When you double click them, this will pop up. And you want to make sure that the body of the candlesticks are blue and this other body of the candlesticks are red. The borders, you want to make sure that they're black on both of them. And the wicks, you want to make sure that they are black on both of them. You want to leave this on default and you want to leave this on UTC. Next, on status line, we'll leave this all like this. On scale lines, we'll leave all this like this. I don't know what the hell anything in here is. On canvas, you want to make sure your background is a solid white. And you want to make sure that you do not have any grid lines. You do not want to have any lines across your chart that are making your chart more complicated than what it should be. If you notice, now you have these vertical and horizontal lines, which just make your chart look very boxy. You don't want to have that. You want to make it as clean as possible. So you don't want to have any lines in your background. The crosshair remains black and dotted. You want to have a solid line chart. Sure, I like it dotted. This is how I've been using it. No, I like it dashed. I've been using it like this forever, and I plan to continue using it like this forever. You don't want to have a watermark. You don't need to be reminded what time frame and what pair you're looking at. It's not like it doesn't tell you here, and it doesn't tell you here, and it doesn't tell you here. Like you don't need to be reminded more times on what pair you are trading. Like there's more than enough reminders. So you don't need a watermark. And everything else in here, you literally don't need to worry about. I've never used it. I don't know how to use it. I don't plan to continue to use it, or I don't plan to learn how to use it. I only plan to focus on the charts. If you notice, look how clean this just became. Notice how you can very visually and very clearly see candlesticks that are blue going to the upside, candlesticks red that are going to the downside, and there is absolutely no distractions. If this makes sense and is very clear, type 1. If not, type 2. Perfect. Amazing. How do you change the language? Oh, dude, you got me there. You got me in the corner there. I don't know, dude. I have no idea. Can you go over the status line again? Sadly, no. It's gonna be in the, it's gonna be in the recording. What do you mean the status line? I don't know. This is all I use, bro. And the chart has gaps. Yes, be patient. You moved really fast, you didn't catch it. Don't worry, you have a recording. So you come back and watch it. Cool. Now that we understand the trading view and how it should be set up, then we are going to continue going to this bottom section over here. This is the days and the times that you are going to be looking at the chart. So this, for example, this candlestick at this very moment right here, if we make it all the way down here, it happened November 10th on a Sunday at 22:15. That's all this tells you. This tells you the day and the time something was. So this ginormous candlestick that you see right here, it literally tells you it was on November 7th, Thursday at 12 o'clock UTC. So this is the time zone that I look at TradingView. This, you can also like move the chart left to right if you were to want to. Faster, slower, slower, faster. You can do whatever you want. It's a way to move it. But what this does down here is that it measures the date and the time that a candlestick happened in the market. So if you want to know when this ginormous push happened, this push happened in November 6th, Wednesday, 2024 at 16:30 UTC time. So you can change this to whatever time zone you are in the world, so it has the most accuracy to what you are. I should be in UTC -5, which is New York. So you can, if you're in Colombia, if you're in Mexico, in Chicago, in Phoenix, and Denver, wherever you are, you can change that to then at that very point. TradingView is just a TradingView button or logo. This right here, the 1 day, the 5 day, the 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. I don't know what the hell any of this is. I've never used it and I don't plan to use it. It is completely useless in my TradingView. Down here, whatever this stock present shit is, I don't know what it is. I don't even know how to get all the way down there. I guess we could scoot it up. Whatever, yeah. This down here, I don't know what this is. I don't plan to use it. Pine editor, I don't know what it is. And all this code shit scares me. Feel like I'm gonna get hacked. Strategy tester, I don't know what the hell this is either. Replay trading, trading panel, I don't know what any of these things are. I do not plan to use them. I don't care to use them. They have not been part of my trading to this very point, and they will not be until I continue. Now, moving on to this right section over here. Well, before that, here we have a zoom in. We can zoom into the chart or we can zoom out to the chart. We can move more right if you don't want to just scroll your mouse or your keypad. You can do it by this little tick right here if you were to want to, which is kind of annoying because you can literally just go like this. It's a lot easier. And if you want to reset your chart, which means take you back to where price currently is, just click on that little reset button. So we notice I'm very far over here to the left. If you want to make it back to the beginning, just click the reset, takes you right back to the beginning. It does not erase any of the tools or anything that you have on the chart. You can literally do whatever you want. Click the reset, brings you right to where price is currently right now. Now, following up and going to the next section is going to be this area here. This is going to be the value of price. And most importantly, the time that this candlestick is going to be closing. This candlestick is going to be closing in 6 minutes. This candlestick is going to be closing in 51 minutes. This candlestick will be closing in 51 minutes as well. And this one will be closing in 8 hours and 51 minutes. And this one in 4 days and 9 hours. If you notice, they are all at the exact same point. 79570, 75. Well, I guess price moved, but you guys understand that price is at the same exact points. The only difference is how much time each candlestick has left before closing. So this is very key to understanding because this is where you're going to be basing off if you're going to enter a trade or not, because you only enter trades at the closure of a candlestick. And if you have to wait for this candlestick to close, you got to come back in 50 minutes. Or you can sit in front of the charts for 50 minutes and just watch this shit close. Truthfully, the choice is yours. This lets you know exactly where the price is. So when you go look at your broker, when you go look at the entry you're going to be doing, let's say that this is the market conditions that they're giving you. No, let me see right here. So let's say, Euro USD, the entry price is 1.1150, whatever. And then when you go to trading view, you're going to be like, holy shit, 1150 is literally all the way up here. If I enter, I'm going to enter up here. Now, that's not obviously not going to happen. It's literally impossible. It would have to be, it's impossible. There's no possible scenario that can happen. But if you want to make sure for whatever reason that the price that you're getting on TradingView connects with your MetaTrader where you're going to execute the trade, that's what that number is for. That number is to measure that. And it's also so you can measure how many points is going up or down, pretty much. And if you want to look at the chart on a bit more lenient way, you go like this. You can make it tighter, or you want to look at it in a very extended version, you can go ahead and then you can extend it as much as you want. So that's what that is used for. You can change your currency from dollar to, I guess, different currencies. I didn't even know this was a thing. I didn't even know how that worked. So that is everything when it comes to the actual trading chart. This little lightning bolt means like it's where we are right now in the market. So if you notice, it's literally right directly under the current candlestick. And if you want to be up to date with whatever fundamentals are happening, I guess you click on it and you find out the latest news of it. I've never used this. I just use it to know that the market is open and this is exactly where we are right now in every single chart. We're at this lightning bolt. This is exactly where we are in the market. So this is pretty much everything that I use when it comes to trading. The only other tool that I want to show you guys, and I guess I somehow made it back. Oh shit. Oh no, everything got fucked up. Okay, let me reset this. Okay, cool. The only other tool that I want you guys to use is going to be the no gaps indicator. So you go into here, you put no gap candles. Once you click on the no gap candles, you click on it and it's going to pop up right here. Once it pops up, you're going to go to settings and so you're going to change your candlesticks. So you're going to go to change the bodies once again to blue. You're going to then put the other one in red. You're going to then make the wicks black. The borders black. And then the lines is fine like that. Input, you can leave it at 6. Visibility available on all times. That's literally it, guys. That is how you turn on the no gap candlestick. And then I think you come here and then you turn off the actual candlesticks. And that's it. You want to look at the line chart. This is how you look at it. You take it off. And you are looking at the candles. I think it's like that. No, it's the no gap. There. So you see, when you look at it, there's gaps, there's gaps, there's gaps everywhere. When you add it, removes the gaps. That's literally all it does. You see how it's taking them off, putting them back on. That's all it does. Just fills in the gaps for the candlesticks. If you come into the actual candlesticks, and when you go to the candlesticks, you click on the settings of it, and you just remove the bodies, you remove the borders, and you remove the wicks. So you just remove the actual candlesticks and then you turn them off and you only left on the no gap candles. So you're basically, you change from looking at the candlesticks on here to looking at it here, pretty much. And you could tell the difference when you go to here. not this. When you go to here, well, you saw the difference. If all that makes sense, type 1. If it doesn't, type 2. Yeah, just when you watch the recording, it'll make a lot of sense. Realize you haven't mentioned the cycles in trading. Young G, because we're just on TradingView. We're just on TradingView. We're just on TradingView. Yeah, it's fast because I don't want to be 3 hours on just TradingView alone. Like when I'm going through it. If you don't catch on to it, it's fine. It's recorded. You can go back and watch the recording. Why do you use the no gap candlesticks? So we don't have gaps in the candlesticks. I started to get a little confused, but I get it. We have to catch it. Yeah, exactly. Thanks for going fast. Trust me, I'm trying my best. All right, cool. Now, next is this button down here, which I don't know how to use it. I don't know how it works. I don't know what it is. I don't know anything down here, right? Next, let's move on to this top right corner. So this is a layout setup. I don't know. Yeah, so the EMA, I'm going to come back to it, but it's going to be a 50 EMA. Let me come back to it tomorrow and we'll get it right for you guys. All right, next. We have this section up over here where we have a layout. I guess you can have 1 chart, 2 chart, 100 charts, 14 charts. How does that even look? Oh, I guess we got to pay. We got to pay. We have 2 charts. Oh, we got to pay. Yeah, so you only need 1 chart, dude. You don't need more than 1 chart. Unsaved. I don't know what the hell this is. I've never used it. I've never used this. I don't know what the hell it is. I guess is the settings of the chart. I don't know what the hell it is. I've never used it. Then we have the full size screen. I've used it sometimes. You just click it and then you literally see the chart on a full screen. Not super necessary. It could be a little bit distracting sometimes. And then we have our take a snapshot. So if you want to take a picture, you can take a picture. If not, you just screenshot it with your computer or you do what I do and you just take a video. So they each their own. If you want to publish, you can take a picture and then you publish it in the community that TradingView has to offer. I've never done it. I've never used it. I don't even know how to use the community. I've never been part of it. Next is going to be the red list. So you can have you can have many different lists. You can have either I don't know, how do you do this? Okay, so I guess you can create different type of list. You can create a hot list. No, you can create a red list or well, since it's only on this version, you can't really have many different lists, but you could just favorite the markets that you want in red. So let's say you want to add a new market to your different type of charts. You just go on to over here and let's say you want to add I don't know, NZD JPY. Oh, I already have it added. I don't know, NZD USD. I already have it added. Amazing. USD JPY. So if you notice, I don't have USD JPY added here in my red list. So I'm going to find the ON, the server, which is very important. And then I'm just going to click on the little this little thing here. Boom. You notice it just got added down here. If I take it off, it leaves. Put it on, it gets on. So if I want to add a pair, I just do this. Or if I want to put it in a different color section, I could, but I got to pay for it. You got to pay me the money. So you just do the red and it'll add it into the section right here. This is the symbol. Just tells you the symbol. Last change. I don't know what the hell any of this is. I've never used it. I don't know what these numbers are for me. I just like looking at the currency pair. I don't look at any of these things. I don't care. It doesn't mean anything to me, these numbers that go up and down. If you want to delete a pair or get rid of it, just click on the color or trash it and then it'll disappear. You want to add it, go to this section over here and you can just search it up again and you find your ON the server and then you can just add it and it pops right up again. Under this, you have different things about the pair. So this pair tells you that I don't know, 2 days ago, the Canadian oil rig broke out, whatever that does. It tells you that this market, the technical analysis is letting you know to sell. This one is letting you know to buy. This one is letting you know to buy. This one then to sell or to buy. I don't know what the hell this is. I've never used it. I don't care for it. It doesn't mean anything at all. I don't care for it. I can literally delete everything here and it won't mean anything. So if you want to, so I use this to just hide the pairs that I'm going to be trading for the week and avoiding the other ones. So I don't look at any of these things ever. So if you want to take them off, click on this little red, or no, these little three dots, and you just take them off. And that's it. If you want, you can leave the technicals. I think it just looks cool. It reminds me of like a car speedometer, but I don't use this to determine my trade or not. I've never used it. This thing right here, I don't know what it is. This is if you want to leave notes on the pair. I rather leave the notes on the chart, so it's a lot easier to go and see. This you can move up and down, so you can cover or not cover certain type of markets. And yeah, I don't really know anything else here. I don't use it. I don't understand it, and you won't be needing it. Next, we have this section over here, which you click it and can click it as many times as you want. And all it does is it hides the markets for you so you get more charts and you don't get distracted. Or you can add back the currency pair and then you hide it again, just so you can hide that. This little plus sign is the same thing as clicking this little search bar. It's so you can add a currency pair. So this is so you can add a currency pair to here. And then this little pie chart, I don't know what it is. I don't even want to click it. To me, it's scary. And the settings, I don't even, okay, look, cool. I can actually delete this. There you go. So you can delete the numbers that you won't be needing. I like leaving them there because I guess they look it looks almost empty without it. It looks kind of cool. I like it. I like seeing the numbers just fluctuating. Down here we have, oh, the alarms. So how do I set the alarms is going to be very simple and very effective. So this is how you set the alarm. If you notice, what follows the crosshair or these dotted lines is going to be this little plus sign. Wherever we go, that plus sign is there. It doesn't matter how fast or how slow we go, that plus sign will for always be there. So if you want to add an alarm on top of this point right here, you just click the plus sign, you click add alert, and that's it. The alert is officially added. So if you notice there's a little dotted line, and it's going to let you know whenever price crosses that point. If you want to move it, just scroll up. You want to move it down, just scroll down. So let's put it right there just so we could see if we can get notified as we're on the call together. But if you add another one, just click add alerts and it will add it. If for whatever reason you want to remove it, just click the X and it says, are you sure you want, oh look, we should get hit. This alarm should get hit right now. Let's see. Let's see. Keyword should. So see, technically it's hit it right now, but it hasn't really, oh, there you go. Well, it hit it. Look, and it let us know down here. Alert on AUD CAD, and it let us know. So usually what would happen is on your phone, you'd get like a text message or a notification saying, yo, this alarm or this pair has done this, for example. So very easy, very straightforward. If you want to add another one, you just do this. If you want to delete it, click here, and then you click delete. If you want to add it again, add it, and then move it up and down, however you wish. I don't know what add on no gaps is. I don't know what it is. Add this or this or this or this. All I know is this. Add alert. That's all I know how to do. That is literally it. It's very simple, very self-explanatory. You add it and you remove it. That's it. So here you can see the history of the alerts you have. Like if you want to see that for whatever reason, I don't know why. I don't know what data window is. I don't know what this 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 is. And I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. And I don't know. Well, obviously, this is just a help center, but I've never actually ever in my life gone into this help center because everything is pretty self-explanatory, and I'm sure you can figure it out. So I don't know how to use anything else aside from this area other than this button that has all of the currency pairs. So that's pretty much it when it comes to how TradingView works and almost on how I use it. If this makes sense, type 1. If it doesn't, type 2. Oh, bro, I got it now, dude. All the how questions I had got answered. Fuck. Thanks, man, for being patient. Thanks. Thank you, man. When using the no gaps candles show up as mixed blue and red, is that normal? Mauricio, you're gonna have to go and watch the recording. I literally show you how I changed it. Will you explain head and shoulders later? Yes. Yes, sir. Jake, be patient, please. No gaps is just a tool to remove the gaps, guys. Very easy. Looks like it. All right. Will we keep the no gaps forever? Yeah. All right. Now, before I continue, let me do this. Please fill out the poll. Do you guys understand how TradingView works? And you guys are ready to move on to the next one? Type yes or no. Perfect. Okay. 10% more. Hey, man, I don't have any questions, but can you just confirm that you could read my question? Yes. Okay. As you guys can see, 100% of us are ready to move on to the next one. Yay! All right, cool. All right, next is Forex Factory. Whoa, what is Forex Factory? How does it work? How do I know what news? How do I know when it's gonna go down? How do I this? How do I this? Well, that what is right now is about. So Forex Factory is literally the perfect spot to understand fundamentals. So if you go to forexfactory.com, this is what should pop up. So I don't know what any of this is. I don't know what any of this is. I don't know. 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 Bro, I promise. It's crazy how simplified I've done this, dude. I tried to figure this shit out forever. All you gotta do when you come to Forex Factory is go to calendar, click on this right little green thingy. It's a filter button. Click on it. Only have a favorite star, a little favorite check on the red one. Remove orange, remove yellow, remove gray. Apply filter, and boom. You're gonna only be notified on the high impact news. The orange is bullshit. The gray, the yellow is bullshit. And the gray is bullshit. These other news articles will not move the market anywhere near as the red ones. So why would you even focus on them? It is just a distraction. They're literally not going to do anything to the market. The movement is going to be very minuscule. And if it does have a move based off of the orange, the yellow, or the gray, it is because it is a 1 of 1,000 event. It is very rare. 90% of the time, even the red folders don't do anything. You only want to focus on the red folders because the red folders have a very slightly higher chance than the orange. Doesn't mean that every single time that there is a news event with a red folder that there's going to be a massive move. If you notice this move, last time it was 27.9. Now they forecast it to be 30. It is literally no change. Went from 0.8 to 0.9, 0.3, 0.3, 0.2, 0.2, 2.4, 2.4. That's the same shit. So do not get lost inside of these news. Don't rely on this 24/7. It is literally going to mean nothing. So the last one here, as you can see, it was 2.03. Now this one is 2.1. It's the same thing. There was a 0.1 increase, and that did nothing in the market. Now, there is going to be some times where these events do have an effect on the market and they will move it. But at the end of the day, it's not going to affect your strategy. I never, ever go into Forex Factory, ever. I don't use this. I just feel like it's the correct thing to do to educate people on what it is, but it's not something that is going to be implemented in the following weeks when I'm going to be trading. I never have Forex Factory open. I never come into here and I look at the news. I did it towards the end of the challenge simply because we were taking those high risk trades and we didn't want to have a swan event or one in a world, 1 in a million, wake us out on a live stream. So I avoided that at all costs. But at the end of the day, fundamentals will follow what technicals do. So if you have a bullish structure on this, for example, this is going to overall, because of the news will continue to push it to the upside. It will continue bullish, or vice versa. If you have something bearish, the fundamentals are going to continue it to the downside. I don't know how to use anything else in this platform. I don't know how to use the forums. I don't know how to use the trades. I don't know how to use the news. I don't know how to use the markets. I don't know how to use anything else in here. I have no idea. The only thing I know how to use is the calendar section and then this. This lets me know exactly when there's going to be a news event and on what pair and what type of news event it's going to be. I don't know which news events are going to have a bigger impact or not. I have no idea. Literally, no idea. There's only one news event that happens the first Friday of every single month, and that is going to be NFP, non-farm payroll. So if you notice, it happened this last week, did it? No, it happened on the 1st. So the first Friday of the month happens to be on the 1st. But for example, in December, the first Friday of the month is going to be December 6th. And you have this right here. It's called non-farm employment change. This happens the first of every single Friday, and it affects greatly the USD. Now, if I were to put this into retrospect, it's like having Elon Musk or Trump tweet about something. So when they tweet about something, there's a big move. That's what happens the first Friday of every single month. Now, it's about I'd say it's a 50-50. So out of 10 trades, 5 of them will have a movement because of NFP and 5 won't. So it's not a make or break thing. If you know it happens on a Friday, we will not be executing trades on a Friday, so it doesn't matter. This kind of matters if you plan to continue to hold your trade throughout the weekend. This could greatly help your trade or greatly go against your trade. If you notice this last non-farm payroll, it was at previously 230, 223. They forecasted it to be 100. and it came out at 12,000. So this was great impact on the news. If you go look at the charts, there's a massive move because of this specifically. And it changes every single first Friday of the month. It is pretty much unpredictable, and there's no strategy that I have been able to create around it. It's something that I personally am just aware of when it goes down. And depending on what I'm doing with the market at that very moment is the decision that I make at that very moment. That is pretty much how this platform works, and even heck, how I use it. I just use it to know exactly when a potential big news event is going to happen, on what pair and at what time, and I just am aware of it. But I'm not going to be using it as an actual strategy or as a confluence to enter or exit a trade. It's just an added confluence to the actual market that I'm looking at that very point. If that makes sense, type 1. If it doesn't, type 2. If you want me to even make this even simpler, this is how I use Forex Factory. You guys ready? Are you paying attention? This is how I use Forex Factory. You don't. You don't use it. It's like these things. Fuck it, right? It's just a joke. It's like these things right here. I don't use it. You don't need it. No, I'm kidding. It's a joke. It's a joke. All right, it's a joke. It's a joke. Do you need an account for Forest Factory? Joseph! Joseph! Joseph, turn on your fucking headphones, Joseph. Listen to me, man. Listen to me, Joseph. You're driving me nuts, dude. You're driving me crazy. All right, cool. So now that we understand how Forex Factory works and how I use it, let's move on to the next one. Should we trade on the first Friday of every month? Mike, once we get to that point, we will get there. Thank you for being patient and not asking a question relevant to what the fuck we're talking about right now. Thanks, dude. Appreciate you, man. Thanks, dude. Next is going to be the position size calculator. Next is going to be how this works, which I'm sure we already know how it works. You put in the currency pair you're going to be interested in trading. For example, we are trading AUD CAD, for example. We want to enter a buy position here. We want to have a stop loss of 10 pips or 11 pips. And on AUD, what is it? Yeah, AUD CAD, we want to have our $1,000 account, and we want to risk about 5% on that with our 10 pip stop loss. The lot size always stays as 1. Why does it stay at 1? How the fuck does it that I don't know. I just always leave it at 1 lot. And then when you click calculate, it comes up. This is going to be your lot size, 0.07. If you want to calculate on money or on risk or whatever, it's the same shit sometimes to a certain extent. If this makes sense, type 1. If it doesn't, type 2. Do we use money or do we use percentage? Whatever you want to use, dude. How do you choose the amount of the stop loss once we get there? I don't understand this. It's okay. You don't have to understand it right now. You really don't. You really, really, really don't. You just have to understand how to plug in the numbers. Now, when it gets to the point of trading view is when you're gonna actually need to understand it. Trust me, if you understood how I plugged in the numbers, type 1, if not type 2. What matters is plugging in the numbers. Now, how this is gonna work, it's missing the other half of it. And once we get to there, we're gonna make it make sense. Do we use a money or percentage? How do we measure the stop loss? Don't worry about it. We'll get to there in just a second. This we're going to come back to this. Now, broker. How do we use our deposits into a broker? Cool. We're going to deposit into this broker together live right now. So I'm going to log into my account. Once I log into my accounts, I'm going to literally show you guys my account. Well, what am I? Literally some bullshit account that I have. Literally just did this for an example as well. So once I log into my account, you guys can see that this is my dashboard. On one of my live accounts that I have 39,000. And then on another one, I have nothing. And basically, you can see I just deposited 50,000. I lost 10,000 on a trade, risking 20%. Right now, I personally trade with a 1 to 500 leverage. And this is just a random account that I just created to show people how I'm doing a video for this for YouTube. So I just use this specific account for it. I don't want to show my actual personal account. This is how much I've deposited. I took some trades and I only took one trade and I lost. I haven't withdrawn yet. And I have 2 live accounts. What else? You can see my wallet. So you guys can see the transactions right here. So I deposited $100 for a test. Then I deposited the full 50,000. Then I internal transferred into the actual MetaTrader account. So if I want to add funds, I just go into here. However, if I want to add whatever, $1,000, I'll add it. If I want to withdraw, you then go to the withdraw section. If I want to transfer money, you just transfer. If you want to see all the transactions, this is literally the only transactions I've done here. Have not withdrawn just yet. I just internal transferred into the actual MetaTrader account. And I'm gonna do a live deposit with you guys right now. So let's say I go to add funds. Let's say I want to add right now $1,000, right? So we'll add $1,000. Go to deposits. How do I want to deposit? Do I want to deposit in Bitcoin, in Litecoin, in Ethereum, in USDT, or USDC? So this is the only way you can deposit into this broker using Bitcoin. If you don't have Bitcoin, go get Bitcoin through an exchange. You go to Coinbase, Binance, KuCoin, all these different types of exchanges. You turn your fiats into Bitcoin, and then you can deposit into this broker or any broker you want. I personally like crypto better because I can move it so much faster. Look how fast I'm going to deposit USDT into this broker. So I can either use ERC20 or TRC20. So I'm going to do ERC20 because it's what I have. And I'm going to copy this address and we're going to do it right now together. So I have a 59 minutes to use this address. If I don't deposit using this address, it's going to change. So you can't think that, okay, I'm going to copy this and later after I go have lunch, I'm going to go and deposit. No, this address will no longer be valid. So let me take it a step back. The difference between, if you don't know this, you should just watch some basic YouTube videos. The difference between ERC20 and TRC20, this is just on the Ethereum blockchain. This is on the Tron blockchain. This is like saying wire transfer, Zelle. The money's going to get there the same way. It's just one way it gets there versus the other. What is Zelle? It's like Cash App. It's like a different type of way of paying. Tron is cheaper. Ethereum is a bit more expensive. I like using Ethereum because it's like $1 more expensive. People that say it's cheaper are just cheap. Or maybe I just don't look at the cents, honestly. I really cannot tell the difference. So we're gonna deposit $1,000 in USDT and Ethereum. I feel like it's a bit more secure and I like it better. So this is my address. Let me actually go to let me go to my thing here. Give me a second, guys. All right. I just have to move that address to my text message so I can get it. All right. So what do I do now? Now we're done. Let me go here. Let me bring up the chat. All right, so now I go to my phone. So I have my crypto on my phone. I go to my ledger, and on my ledger, I have more crypto. So if you notice, I have my ledger here, and this is where I happen to have my crypto. So I don't have it on a Coinbase. I have it on a cold wallet. This is a completely different platform. This has nothing to do with trading. This has nothing to do with set and forget strategy. This is more of where like I hold my money. So you can hold your money on, I don't know, you can hold your money on Chase bank account, or you can hold it in a offshore bank account, or you can hold it in a Bank of America, or you can hold it anywhere. You can hold it in so many different types of banks. This just happens to be one of the ones that I use because it is unhackable. So this, yeah, don't say it too loud because you're in America. Literally, bro, I gotta be careful what the fuck I say, bro. I fucking get sniped in here right now. I gotta close the windows and shit. I keep my shit in here because they can never take it. I could throw this out the fucking damn window and nobody's getting this money. It is impossible. It is a cold wallet. You need this physical thing to withdraw the money. Without this, you cannot take the money out. You can have the money inside of this and throw this out the window and it breaks and you go buy another one for 150 bucks and you plug in your password and you got your shit back. It is impossible to withdraw the money from the bank account without this. You need this USB. I've had an issue where I've been outside of America and I forgot this. And I was trying to pay people in crypto and I couldn't because I didn't have this. You need this in person. So your password cannot be hacked because you need this physically in person and you have a series of security keys. So what if you lose your memory? Trust me, this impossible. You remember this password. It's like 30 keywords. You have to write it down on a piece of paper. You have multiple different pieces of paper hidden in different places. You have it in a safety deposit bank. You have it inside of your shoebox. You give one to your cousin, your mom. You tell them, hey, just take care of this. It is just literally the security key to this. You can lose this, and with the security key, you can always get access to it. This is called a ledger. It is a cold wallet. It is not an exchange. An exchange is where you exchange the money. So I go to Coin. So you guys should be writing this shit down. This is a free game right now. You guys go to Coinbase, go to Binance, go to whatever exchange that you literally have. And in that exchange, you turn the cash, your USD, your GBP, your Euro, your New Zealand, whatever currency you have into crypto. And in that crypto, you take it out of the exchange into a cold wallet. Now, when it's inside here, it's gone. They can never get it ever again. It is literally yours forever. They cannot take it away from you. In an exchange, they can fuck you. The exchange can go down like FTX. It can go down like many different exchanges have gone down. And you constantly have to do KYC and all this other bullshit. And you get taxed on it when it's in an exchange. When it's on a ledger, it's on a cold wallet, it's gone. It's on a cloud. They never see it, they never know about it. That makes sense. Type one, if not, type two. Perfect. So you buy a ledger, but first you have to put the money into an exchange. Yeah, like I would have to like make a little bit more deeper explanation of this. But let me just deposit this fucking $1,000 real quick and let me just kind of get there. So like I mean, this is just like one of my ledgers. So I have seven of these. I have so many of these that I don't even know where they are. Obviously, I know where they are. It's clearly a joke. So this is how much I have in one of them. So look, I'll just show you guys. So I have almost $1 million in just one of these. Like literally just one of these. This is where like this $1 million is safer than anybody in. Oh, if you guys can't see it, look here. Like this $1 million inside of here is safer than any bank in the face of the world. And I can literally, I'm gonna move $1,000 like this without having to ask anybody for permission or do anything. So let's start the process. Let's start it right now, 8:49 in the morning, right? So I'm gonna go to here. So I don't have to like show all you guys this because this is like completely like this literally has nothing to do with what we're talking about. I'm just sending crypto, which I'll probably do this separately, but let me just send the crypto. So I just started at 8:49, right? Let's see how fast it gets into the broker. So I started at 8:49. Okay. I'm not looking at the chat, guys. I'm literally just paying attention to depositing this crypto shit. So I'm gonna send $1,000. So where do you buy Ledger? On ledger.com? Jesus. Do we need a VPN to deposit to log into the broker? You gotta go watch day one. One second, guys. I'm just basically just withdrawing right now. I'm going to the bank teller. Hey, can I please withdraw my money? Can I please get my money? Please? Can you send it to this place? Now the banker's gonna ask you a fucking thousand questions. Where's it going to? Why are you sending it? How much is it gonna be? Do you know this person? Do you this? Do you that? Fuck that. Done. $1,000 sent. Now I should receive it here in about 45 seconds. And as soon as it gets here, it's gonna literally deposit, and that's it. We're good to go. There it is. So payment found, $1,000 received. That's it. It's really that easy, bro. Once the payment is confirmed, it will reflect on your wallet. So basically, it'll probably take another minute and it'll pop up right here in the wallet. It just has to go through the exchange and then it'll basically be there. So while that money gets here, I'll explain to you guys how it works. So this is how it works. Without me getting sniped through the fucking window right now. You have your cash. This can also be Chase or bank, right? Pay attention. And you want to turn this, you want to take this and you want to put it into this. You want to turn it into crypto, right? BTC. Once it's in crypto, is where then you can do whatever you want. But you can't just do this. No, there has to be a middle way for you to do this. So you have to go through an exchange. The exchange. The exchange is the middleman. It takes you from cash to crypto. Middleman charges you money. They take a percentage for doing the job for you, for taking from cash to crypto. Many different exchange out there, many. Coinbase, Binance, KuCoin, so many that you do which one you want. Now, when you get the crypto, you get it out of the exchange because here this crypto is in the exchange. Technically, you are still potentially fucked. They can take your money because you are in the house of the exchange. You need to get the crypto now and out of the exchange. When you get it out, you put it in a ledger. Ledger is cold wallet. Cold wallet is the best. It is impossible for them to take your stuff. It's not possible. It never happened. Ledger, your crypto is now safe. This process can take some time. Do it at your own risk. You guys get it now? Actually, very easy. What about the commissions when you deposit into crypto? Young G, you asked the same question. It's part of the game, dude. You gotta pay the middleman their fees, dude. That's the cost of doing business. How do you get a ledger? What are the fees? Bro, I don't know. The fees are the fees. How do you get a ledger? You go to ledger.com and then you just fucking buy it. That's it. You want to know how a ledger works more in depth? You talk to them. But it's very self-explanatory. It's a cold wallet, bro. So I have the Nano X. So this is the one that I have. Oh wow, like they came out with a new color. It's literally 150 bucks, bro. You could customize it, make it pink, make it orange, make it black. I have I have these basic ones. What are you using exchange for? Brother, I just told you, man. I just fucking told you, dude. It's the exchange is what's going to turn your cash into crypto or your fiat. Whatever currency you have, it's going to turn it into crypto. And then when it's in crypto, you take it out of the exchange and you put it into a ledger because you're more free to use that money how you want. Which platform? I don't recommend any exchanges. Hell no. How do I get crypto from Coinable to a ledger? You just withdraw it. How do I get crypto? LQH, does it only accept crypto? I think you're a little bit late. Oh, I told you guys, there's some Zoom calls that are going to be an hour, or some Zoom calls are going to be 30 minutes, and others are going to be 3 hours because we just have to go through all this little tedious process. And for those of you guys that are experienced, I'm sorry, but there's a lot of people in here that are still struggling. Yeah, you guys are worrying about the wrong thing. So how this whole process works, there's a gazillion YouTube videos on it, and that's not what this bootcamp's about. This bootcamp's about teaching you guys how to trade, not what crypto should I do it, should I not do it. This is the process. You have a bank account right now. All of you guys have a bank account with cash, whatever cash you have inside of it, your personal, your business, your savings, whatever. Now, that money that you have inside of your bank account, you deposit that money into an exchange. Now, you have many different exchanges. I just feel like I'm repeating myself. You have Coinbase, you have Binance. You deposit the money in your bank to Coinbase or to Binance. When you're in there, you then exchange your money into crypto. When you convert the cash into crypto, now you can take the crypto out and then send it to a cold wallet. When a cold wallet, you can access it a lot faster without having to do KYC. And that cold wallet could be Ledger. There's many different cold wallets out there. Many. Now, this whole process can take 1 day, can take a week, can take 2 weeks. It all depends on the exchange. The exchange is what's going to take you the longest. Putting the money into it and taking the money out, because this is all regulated. This all has procedures that it has to follow. Once you're inside a ledger and then you want to take your money out and send it here, send it here, send it here, send it here, it's within seconds, exactly how I just did it right now. So what takes long is turning the cash into the crypto and then getting it out. Once you get it out, you'll be fine. For more information on that, go watch YouTube videos. If you guys understand, type 1. If not, type 2. Everybody, type 1, type 2. Sick. Any other questions at this very point are not related to this. So if you don't understand what I just said, it's because you don't understand the process. And I'm not here to teach that process. You guys can go and do that process. So how taxes and all that work, that'll be later on. Sick. Next, so this is basically how LQH Markets works. So I deposited $1,000. I guess my $1,000 is not in there yet. Fuck, I guess they scanned me. They scanned me. Damn it. No, that's not how it works. It's still in process. So it's just I'm waiting for the money to be deposited into there. It could take So like the money is already in here. Now I guess it just has to go through their whole internal process or whatever for it to pop up. So pop up in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, but it will pop up because they confirm that they got it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Down here is your IB profile. If you want to become an affiliate for the platform, you just come into here, copy this link, and you'll become an affiliate. You'll make money by referring people to the platform. I could have an affiliate link, but I'd rather not right now. I'll have one later. Sick. So this is how LQH Market works. So this is the wallets, and then let's say you want to transfer or deposit into your account. So let's go to transfer. So right now we have $100 in my wallet. So we're going to transfer it. So we want to transfer the $100 into whatever account we want to deposit to. We want to deposit into this one, or we want to deposit into this one. I just click deposit into the account, and boom, it gets deposited right away. Basically, it's very self-explanatory. This is very simple. You can withdraw money. Just go here, and then you just, if I want to withdraw $39,000 from this account, I just click $39,000, withdraw from the account, and then it withdraws it. If I want to internally transfer, so if I want to send money from this account to then this account, how much money do I want to send? If I want to send $10,000, I just click it, and then it just does it. It's very easy, guys. It's super, super easy. Like there's not a lot of buttons. Like you really can't fuck up. Like it's very simple. So yeah, if you have any questions about the broker and how the broker works, you go into the live chat and you ask him. I'm not a live chat. The live chat is a live chat. If all this makes sense, type 1. If it doesn't, type 2. I tried registering because I'm in Florida. What if LQH robs you? I doubt it. Like, what if a bird shits on me? Doubt it. All right, sick. Next, and we have MetaTrader. So for MetaTrader, let me see how I can do this. I want to join through my phone, but I'm like scared to join through my phone. Let me see, because I don't want to lose. Let me actually do this. Give me a second. All right, 1 second. Oh shit. Okay, so I'm gonna. How much money? I like. I know if I go to Zoom on my phone, I just don't want to lose the recording. Let me see. Give me a second, guys. Let me just pull the phone. Make sure it's okay. Sit. So if you guys can see me, type 1. If not, type 2. Okay, cool. Cool. Let me just turn off the chat real quick, guys. Shit. I guess I can't. If you guys can not type the chat right now, that'd be fantastic. Thank you very much, guys. All right. Okay. All right. So let me share my screen. Start broadcast. All right, cool. So you guys are on my phone. And basically, this is how we're going to be using MetaTrader. So this is that same exact $39,000 account that you guys just saw on MetaTrader on the, what is it? On the LQH. So this is basically what it looks like on MetaTrader. So this button all the way to the left is the quotes. So this is the markets that we will be trading. If you want to add a market, for example, let's say we want to add Euro USD. I think it's already added. No, it's not. So we just click on that plus sign and we add it. We notice and it pops up all the way at the bottom right here. If you want to add another market, just search it up once again. So we want to add GBP JPY. We just search it up and then we just add it and then it'll pop up all the way down here. So before I continue to go, if you guys can see, yeah, let me stop sharing. Can you guys see everything very clearly? Type 1 if yes, type 2 if no. Okay, sick, perfect. You guys can see everything very clearly. Okay, so if you guys cannot type, because it literally pops up and it fucks everything up. Yeah, now you're probably just seeing a black screen. But if you were just seeing the screen, type 1. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'm going to share my screen again. I just wanted to make sure. Okay, so let me share my screen. Start broadcasting. All right. Okay, so we're back onto MetaTrader. So over here, you can again search up whatever symbol you want to search up, literally anything. Search it up, and then you just click on the plus sign, and it comes up, and it'll pop up at the bottom. So this left section here is going to be the quotes. This is going to be every single market that you have added to your account. If you want to remove one, you just swipe left, and you can trash it. You can get rid of it, trash it, get rid of it. Or if you want to do more with it, here's where you're going to actually execute the trade, which we're going to get into that in just a second. So again, here you have the symbol that you're going to be looking to trade. You click this little top right corner and where the pencil is, and you can click on them and you can trash them, or you can just let them be and you go back. That top left button all the way over here is a different way for you to look at the markets. This is a simpler way to look at it. This is a more quote unquote complicated way for you to look at the market. The only real thing that matters on this market right here is gonna be, fuck, how the fuck do I even like draw and show you guys this right here? Okay, so yeah, because it doesn't let me draw while I'm sharing my screen. No, let me actually continue to share my screen. So, all right, bear with me. We're up here on this first one, right? We're up here on this first one where it says AUD NZD. So under AUD NZD, you see that clock where it says 170717 now, 170719, 20, 22, whatever. The number next to it, that number that's 28 right now, now it should change to, it's still at 28, now it's 29. Now it's 29, now it's back to 20, it was still 29, now it's 28. That right there is the spread. And now it's that 30. That is the only number you should really be paying attention to in this whole entire fucking screen. You don't care about these numbers to the right of it, the one that is 1.10315, or the one next to it, 1.10343. The numbers under it, the numbers like the H 1.10485, the L 1.10250. Like I don't know what any of that shit is. All I know is that floating number right there that is at 30 or 29 right now. That is the spread that is going to cost you to execute a trade. That is where the slippage comes in, because now you're above where you're supposed to be entering the trade by, you know, a lot more. It could be sometimes 5 pips, 10 pips, 20 pips. It could just be a lot. So the spread on this is very high, or standardly high, because I have a no commission account. So I rather pay the high spread, but I don't get charged commission. So remember, commission is what they charge for holding the trade overnight. If you don't have to hold the trade overnight, you don't have to pay commission. Commission is only when you hold the trade overnight. I tend to hold trades for 2 days, 3 days. So instead of me paying fees every day, I rather just pay the fee higher one time. So sometimes there's no spread here, right? So like this number 30 would be at 0, so there's no spread, but you have a lot of commission. So you're gonna get charged a lot of money every single time you continue to hold a trade. So I rather pay the fee up front, but if I hold a trade for 5 days, there's no added fee to it. So this is going to be the only thing that matters when you're looking at this whole entire quote section. Nothing else matters. So you always want to have it under 20, but obviously if there's nothing under 20 and you want to enter a trade, you just enter it. Just be aware that you're paying a higher fee, and when you want to enter it, you're not going to be entering at the spot that you want to enter. If all that makes sense to right now, type 1. If it doesn't, type 2. Perfect. All ones in the chat. Lovely. Let's continue. So if you guys cannot type 1, that'd be amazing. Thank you very much, guys. Next, we have inside of the MetaTrader, the chart section. So this is the chart section that we are looking at on the LQH Markets server. So this is the same accounts that you guys just saw outside of there. And this is the server that they have. So if you notice, this is not an Oanda server because we're not an Oanda broker. Here, if you notice, there's gaps in the candlesticks because we're on the LQH market server. So there happens to be some gaps on this candlesticks because that's just the way LQH is set up, because they don't have the no gap, the no fill gap candlestick or whatever. And you don't really care because you don't ever look at the chart on MetaTrader. So this second button right here, which is the chart, you're never going to go there because you look at the chart on TradingView. So if you want me to re-explain everything I already did on TradingView, I could, but it's the same shit here. Like, it literally makes no sense. So this button right here, the chart button, we will never use. You always skip to it and you go to the middle one, which is the trade button. So now that we're here on the trade button, this is the screenshot that everybody sees, flexing the profits or flexing the losses. Nobody really flexes losses, honestly. People just flex the profits. And this is where you are going to see your trade floating in P&L. So we're going to take a trade together in just a second. Don't you worry. And you're going to see it go down. You click on this plus sign, and that's you executing a trade, right? Which we're going to make an example very shortly. But before that, you guys can see here in the trade history, the deposits, and you can see the trade that I took and that I lost. So I risked about 20-25% on this trade. And you can see how all I get charged is swap. No commission, because I did not hold the trade overnight and I have a no commission account. And swap is just another fee that they charge. What swap is exactly, I think it's like I don't give a fuck. If you notice, it's $11, dude. It's like not even 1%. So it's under 1%. So I don't, anything that's, as I already told you guys, all these little bullshit fees, I understand that the cost of doing business. I'm not trying to fight them or always trying to find the way around it. So basically here, you can look at your positions in many different ways. You can organize them by symbol, by volume, by close time, by whatever. Just different ways of you looking at everything that you have here. These are the orders that you would have. So remember, it's kind of what I explained at the beginning. When I sell GBP NZD, somebody else has to buy it. So this is what the order looks like. I sold it here and it got filled here when I closed it. So again, this is something that is just so you guys get it, but you're never going to be using it. So I never use this order section. Doesn't mean anything. There's just a different way for you to look at this. It's literally a completely different way for you to look at it, which you don't need to look at it at all. Next, you have the deals, which honestly, I don't even know what the fuck this is. Really, I literally have no idea. Positions is the only one that matters. And this right here, which is the clock. So you can look at your history today. You can look at your history last week. You can look at your history from a month ago. That's really all you have to look at. And then lastly is going to be the settings area. So here you can have a new account if you want to add it. You have mailbox. I don't fucking use any of that shit, dude. The only one that I use is a new account when I want to add a new account. That's literally it. Oh shit. What the hell happened? Oh, there. So yeah, that's the only one that I like to use. Not that I like to use, that I use. You only use the new account area. You don't use anything else here. The news, the trade days, the chat and messages, traders community, MQ, algo, blah, 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 blah. And then obviously language. If you want to change your shit to, I want to click this so bad. Fuck it. Okay. Never mind, dude. Never mind. Because what if I go back and then I can't find it? So you can change your language to whatever you want. So if you guys understand all that to right now and it makes sense, type 1, not type 2. Perfect. Amazing. Now, how do you take a trade? Alex G, how do you take a trade? Fuck. Fuck. Am I supposed to know how to take a trade? Obviously, dude. Jesus. All right, so we're gonna take a trade together. So, for example, I'm only showing one screen at a time. So if we can, all you guys can right now go to your actual trading view, and let's go to, I don't know. You know what? Let me find a real fucking trade. Let's do this trade together right now. Let's take a real trade together right now. Give me a second. Let me actually go to trading view. Just go to trading view. I can't see the chat, guys. So if you guys are typing, I'm not seeing anything. So save yourself your patience and your mind. Alex doesn't respond to me. Yeah, dude, because I can't see the chat right now. So just go to your trading view. All right, let me see what trade I want to take right now. We're taking a big board trade right now. Ah, dude, shit. The only trade I wanted to take actually already had the move. All right, let me see. Give me a second, guys. I'm looking through the market. I cannot see the chat. So if you're typing, you're wasting your damn time. I mean, I guess I can take this trade, right? Let me see. It's a very degenerate trade to take. Let me see. Yeah, it's not a smart trade to take right now. I like this one. It's literally at the point where if I were to do it, it would do it. Oh, dude, this is such a bad trade, but I'll do it just for the example. All right, everybody go to AUD/USD right now. Go to AUD/USD on your charts right now. Everybody go to AUD/USD. Again, I cannot see the chat. I'm not looking at the chat. We're just communicating off of voice to connection. Go to AUD/USD right now. I'm going to just give it 1 minute for everybody to make it on their computer to AUD/USD. Go to AUD/USD and go to the 30-minute time frame. Go to the 30-minute time frame on AUD/USD. Cool. Now that we are on Euro AUD/USD, we're gonna buy AUD/USD. We're gonna put our stop loss. You know what? Actually, before this, right? Before this. Let me stop sharing. Let me actually switch back to the computer. Sup, huh? You guys miss me or what? Huh? You guys miss me or what? All right. So let's just do this all in for all, right? So right now, go to AUD USD, and you should have the exact same chart as me, right? Just go to the 30-minute time frame. And when you're on the 30-minute time frame, do this. Get your risk to reward tool. Get it, 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 and put it at where price is right now. This is not a solid set and forget trade. I'm just doing this for you guys so I don't get asked a bunch of fucking questions. I'm doing this to minimize questions. So I can all I have to do is say, go watch the recording. Get your stop loss. So put this at where price is right now. This is where price is right now. Put it there. And put the stop loss under that wick. So put your stop loss at about 25 pips. So when you see 25 on that number right there, that's where you stop. If it's at 20, keep it going to 25. If you're at 35, go all the way up to 25. Doesn't matter if it's 25.5, 25.2, 25, or whatever. Anything with the 25 on. Cool. So now that we understand that we are at 25 pips, we're going to now go to the position size motherfucking calculator. And we are trading AUD USD. And we have $39,000 in our trading account. And I want to risk on that $1,000 on the 39, just for examples purposes. Fuck it. Fuck it. We're risking $5,000 on this position. I'm not a bitch. I'm a man. I'm a man of my word. And I'm going to enter this trade risking $5,000. Our stop loss. How much is our stop loss, ladies and gentlemen? How many pips? 25 pips. So we put here on our stop loss 25 pips. The trade lot size we always leave as a 1. So now we click on calculate. When we calculate, $5,000 is equivalent to 12,000. To 12.82%. So that is a total of 20 lots. What the fuck is lots? Well, now this is where we are going to go back to our phone and we're going to go to the MetaTrader and we're going to take a buy position with 20 lots. So, all right, so we're going to share our screen. Share the screen, start broadcast. Okay, so now we are here and we search up AUD USD. We add it, we go down, and now we go to the trade. So we click on it. You can either hold it or you can just click on it. So you have trade. When you click on trade, this pops up. When you go to chart, this fucking chart pops up, obviously, right? Jesus. When you go to details, all these different details pop up, which I have no idea what the hell any of this is. I've never used it. You exit out there. Once you click on it again, you can see statistics. I don't know what the hell any of this is. I have never in my life used it. The only thing I've ever used here is the trade button. So now that we're here on the trade button, this 50 right here is the actual lot size that we were calculated by the position size calculator. So we put 20 lots. So the way this lots work is you have to move this decimal point to the right. So if it's 20 lots, I am risking $200 per pip. You do $200 per pip. You multiply that by the 25 pips, you'll get more or less around the same exact thing you're risking. It's never going to be exactly, because each currency pair offers you different, different cents on the dollar. So some currency pairs will offer you 80 cents on your dollar, 70 cents. All that shit is fucking complicated. You don't care about any about them. All you care about is the position size calculator told you to put 20 lots, so you just put 20 lots. Your stop loss. What is the stop loss on TradingView? Well, we're gonna go back to TradingView just to I'm making this as easy to understand, and I'm making this for you guys. So let me just, before I execute this trade right now, I just want to leave this very clear. So I go here to, I come back over here to TradingView, and on TradingView, this is our stop loss. This number right here, this line is our stop loss, this red line, 0.65547. That is what we have to plug into the actual account when we go put our stop loss. 0.65547. If we move our stop loss down, clearly that changes to now 65466. I can't stress to you guys how many times I've made a mistake on this right here. And this is very important because it's literally what you're going to be risking behind the position you're going to be trading. So you want to make sure you triple check this. If we're on the same page to this point, type 1. If not, type 2. Okay. What about the spread when it comes, dude? Austin, it's just the spread, dude. Don't worry about it. If you're scared of fees, don't trade, bro. If you're scared of fees, don't fucking be involved in money. All right, cool. So now we're going to go to the execution part, and we're going to put in that number. This is our take profit number, 0.66501. Right? But what we care about right now is the stop loss number. So right now, if we execute the trade, this is where we're supposed to enter. And you guys are going to see how the spread is going to enter us up here. We're going to be in a big loss because of the spread. So we're going to go back to now the Zoom. We're going to switch back to the phone. We're going to share the screen once again. And again, this is all very meticulous, but you guys will get it as time goes. So now we have 20 lots. Our stop loss is 0.65547. And you don't ever, never, ever in your life put a fucking take profit. Never, ever, never put a take profit. You don't want to minimize your profits. You always want to minimize your losses. You don't want to cut your take profit. That is the whole point of set and forget. Jesus. You never, ever put a take profit. You always put a stop loss, because you want to stop your loss. You never want to stop your take profit. Never, ever put a take profit. Always put a stop loss. So now we're going to click the buy button, and then we enter this trade. But before I click the buy button, I want you guys to understand that we are in a market execution. We will only ever do a market execution whenever do a buy limit, whenever do a sell limit, whenever do a buy stop, whenever do a sell stop, a buy stop limit, and a sell stop limit. I don't know what the fuck any of those things are, and I don't ever use them. I've made a lot of money in the markets, and it's all been without using any of those. We only care about market execution. So I lost my stop loss there. So you see, got to catch on to that. 0.65547. Never put a take profit. And now you just click buy. Boom. And just like that, you're in. So you see, we're automatically in drawdown $540 because of the spread. And if you noticed, we entered the market at that point right there, 0.6796. So and we go to TradingView, and this is technically where we entered it at the time wise. But if we go to the chart and we put 0, 6, 5, 7, 9, 6. This is technically where we entered the market. Let me actually switch over one more time. Stop sharing. Switch. And now that we are here on, oh, I gotta do this. And now that we are here on the trading view, we can see that we entered the trade here, but because of spread, we entered around here, a little bit up here. So at the time where the market was around here, and now we were up here. So the spread put us a little bit above, wasn't that high, which is fine. So that's basically it. That's your whole entire process of entering a trade with your stop loss. Your take profit, you don't ever put the number in. Whenever you want to close the trade, you just go in and you close it. If all that made sense up to that point, put a number 1. If not, put a number 2. Can you explain it again? Ah, dude, that's a bit selfish. So I have a 1 to 300 leverage. When you have a low leverage, it's going to maximize how much you can risk. Why does it say demo? It does not say demo. Yo, I'm almost done with the bootcamp. Almost done. The quotes and the charts are not coming up for me on MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5. Nah, dude, you're doing something wrong. What if it reaches take profit and it reverses back down? I guarantee you, once your trade is reaching your take profit, you're going to be watching the damn chart. My thing is, where do you place the trend line? Brother, we're not even there, Ruben. Mike. Relax, bro. Relax. Relax, Mike. Relax. Just risk less, brother. If there's no take profit, how do you hop out of a trade? Just go in and you close it. So I don't have to continue to switch sharing the screens and all this. For you to exit, to get out of this trade, this is where we are right now. We're in a loss about $700. So for you to get out of the trade, literally just click on it. When you click on it, you just close position. You never want to modify and you never want to go to the chart. You only want to just close it. It's very easy. If that all makes sense, type 1. If it doesn't, type 2. Perfect. That's all I care about. If 99% of you guys type 1 and there's one guy that types a 2, to me, it's a mistake from that guy. All right, cool. Let's continue. So we have the position size calculator. We have LQH markets. We have MetaTrader, how it works. This shit, go your damn self. All right, just go here, go create your own ID. I'm not gonna do this for you guys. You just go and create your own ID. It's like this just has nothing to do with trading and the set and forget strategy and technical analysis. This is its own thing. Please go check it out. Oanda is basically the same thing as LQH, it's just different. So I'm not Oanda, I'm not the interface, I'm not anything. You can just go and check them out. A VPN, it's very simple. $10 or $5 a month, whatever. And then you can just connect to wherever you want. And then the way these things work, just go to the YouTube and just watch it. They're explaining their evaluation process better than I can right now after a 2.5-hour call. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is exactly how do we use the ID site? How do we use the ID site? Bro, just come on to here. Come on, you guys got it. JD, you got it. Hey. There you go. And I'm sure this person will be able to help you. Easy. That's how you do it. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you use every platform that I personally use. It took me a very long time to do exactly what I just did right now. It took me a very long time to understand how these platforms worked, what to focus on, what to not focus on, and what to actually use correctly. So this is exactly how to use it. Now, how I use it, I give you guys a little bit of an insight, and there's going to be a bit more of it later on throughout the whole entire bootcamp. And you guys are seeing how all your questions that you were not getting answered last week are getting answered now because everything will be done in due time. Quotes of the day. Quote of the day. Quote of the day. Quote of the day. Quote of the day. What is the quote of the day? I'm thinking. I'm thinking. I'm thinking. Quote of the day is. Quote of the day is. Hmm, Quote of the day, which I think is kind of like, I guess, like on the cooler side of what you guys picked up today. The quote of the day is exchange. Get your money out and put it in one of these. The quote of the day is exchange. Exchange your fiat for crypto. Exchange. That is the quote of the day, ladies and gentlemen. And ladies and gentlemen, just like that, this is the end of day number 7 inside of the 30-day bootcamp. What did you guys think? Put a W in the chat if you fucked with it. Put an L in the chat if you didn't. My tongue hurts from talking for almost fucking 3 hours. Amazing. Amazing, 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 amazing. You know what's gonna suck? For the people that weren't on this call and they have to come back and watch this. That's gonna suck. All right, guys. Any questions you guys may have, I can damn nearly confirm that it will be answered inside of these recordings. So please go watch the recordings. Please go watch the recordings, and please go watch the recordings. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being part here of day number 7. Tomorrow is day number 8, 4 p.m. EST. The journey continues, one class at a time. And let's see if this trade ends up hitting our take profit or not. The guys that are in here and are part of the Set and Forget community and join the boot camp, can you please go into the Discord and tell the people inside the Discord that have access to the account to not like take that trade serious simply because I just took it for the example for the boot camp. I know there's a couple of you guys in here that joined from inside the community, the boot camp. Just make sure that you guys, thank you. Yeah, I know Celebrity did it. Thank you guys. Pretty, yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. So yeah, thank you, thank you very much, every single one of you guys, for being parts of this 30-day boot camp. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and this is only still the beginning. Thank you guys for being here. Your guys' homework for today is simply going to be to finish watching this recording if you had in and out and you've been busy, to go out there and read the book and get ready for tomorrow's class. Things are going to start ramping up starting tomorrow, and I need you to be up to speed 100% as much as you can. So what's the book? Go watch the recording. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate you all for being here. Make sure to set and forget, and hope you guys have a great, fantastic day. Take care, guys, and I'll see you guys.